And welcome to the Goat Gazette, the officially unofficial YouTube channel of the Hartford Yard Goats. I am back with another show. I would have liked to put a show out earlier than this, but unfortunately, I've been laid out for the past over a week with back issues. This is the first time I'm actually able to sit up in a chair in a week. So I'm sorry this is a little later than we wanted it to be. I'm here to talk about the Yard Goats heading into the last month or so of the season, hopefully getting that playoff push. We're going to talk endings, where they are in that playoff push, how they've done since the last time I've talked to you. I have some highlights to show you. As a matter of fact, before we get started, start off with a highlight. Last show, I showed you an amazing catch from Kyle Datris that actually made it to SportsCenter's top 10 plays. Well, just a few days later, he did it again. And I'm not going to give him highlight of the show again. I'm not going to do that, but I will show you the clip because like Willie Mays out here. As a matter of fact, the last one was a diving catch. This one was a little bit more Willie Mays like, over the shoulder, but jumping at the same time. Let's check it. A lot happened in their series about a week ago with the Portland Sea Dogs. Not only did a lot happen, but it was a very important series because those two were vying for first place half standings to be able to make the playoffs. But in that series, here it is. I believe they're still wearing their Whalers tribute jerseys. Check it out. This out there making an amazing catch.
High drive hit deep towards left. Here's Datris back towards the track, back towards the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch. Wow. Oh, wow. What a grab by Datris.
What a play.
He was on ESPN SportsCenter last week for a tremendous diving catch. That time he goes leaping in the air and he hauls it in, takes extra bases away from Northcutt.
He could be like a big wing guard, right? Or something. I mean, that guy is a...
Look at Coach Hurley always recruiting.
Book night type of athlete.
I don't think he has an eligibility
no, not with that beard.
He was a star at North Carolina. He played at UNC.
All right, yeah.
And I am telling you, Kyle Datris is becoming just so much fun to watch. Keep it up. We're loving watching you out there in the outfield making these miraculous catches. He's like a lot of other guys on the Yard Goats who, will he be around next year? In minor league baseball, you kind of go through that. That's also something we're going to talk about because one of my favorite Yard Goats did get promoted to AAA Albuquerque Isotopes. We'll talk about that in 1 second because first we have to go over the rankings and the playoff push. Before I do the official rankings, what I want to do is go over how they've done since the last time we've spoke. Right now, they're in Somerset playing the Patriots. I believe the last time I looked, they were down 3-0, I believe, in the second inning. Who knows how that's going to turn out? As soon as I'm done doing this, I'm going to pop on and finish watching that game. In the end of July, since the last time that we spoke, the Yard Goats went 4-3 in the end of July, which I'd rather see 5-2. You can't sit there and complain. You had a winning record, 4-3 in July. Unfortunately, we moved to August, and they've gone 5 since, making their total record since the last time we had a show here on the Goat Gazette at 6-8. Guys, need to pick it up. Are the Goats allergic to first place? I'm going to talk about that later in the show and in the segment on a side note. Are the Goats allergic to first place? I have pieces of evidence to show you. Who knows? Hey, if they could just pop into first place in the very end, hey, and get that playoff spot, I'm happy. You guys don't have to place the whole time, but stick close, guys. Please, you're killing me here. Anyway, like I said, 6-8 since the last time we got together. But do the standings. Let's check out the Eastern League standings and how the Goats are doing in the Goats ranking and standings.
The Hartford Yard Goats, we're number one.
That I'm gonna have to re-edit that. That cuts out quick, doesn't it? It's like the Hartford Yard Goats were number one. Just kind of cuts out. I'm gonna have to re-edit that. We'll figure that out for the future. But let's check out these standings. First off, the overall standings in the Eastern League. Not the whole league, just their division. This, as you can see, Somerset Patriots are 2 games in front of the Hartford Yard Goats. I'm okay with that. Once again, these are overall standings. It doesn't matter, but in the end, if the Somerset Patriots do take first place again in the second half, it goes to the next team with the best record, the Yard Goats. So they are standing there in second place at 61 and 41, followed by the Portland Sea Dogs, New Hampshire Fish, the Reading Fightin' Phils, and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Now let's check out those second half standings. This is what really matters when it to the Yard Goats playoff push. We talked about it last show. They did kind of blow it there for the first half. They were right there up until the end, but we will see out. This is their second half standings. They are unfortunately down in third place for some reason. Portland's having a great second half. What is that? 20 and 14. The Somerset Patriots in second at 19 and 14. And there you have it. In third, the Hartford Yard Goats at 18 and 15, if my eyes aren't deceiving me. But they 18 and 15, they are only 1.5 games out of first place. They have been having a little bit of a slump here. We can remedy that. I'm on the team. I'm hoping the Goats can remedy this. Guys, please help us out. I also want to point out something. Let me pull up the full standings there of the entire Eastern Division. Last show, I did talk about how I didn't like the fact that the Somerset Patriots were sitting at the bottom, kind of coasting, because they already have a playoff spot. But they've kind of pulled it back together, showing that they are a dominant team in the Eastern League. But if you go down and you look at the South, I believe that's the Eastern Southeast. What is that? The Richmond Flying Squirrels, I believe, are the team that won the first half of the season for their part of the league. Look at where they are. They're down there in fifth place at 11 and 22. They could do this the rest of the season. Won't matter because they're in the playoffs. I am a full proponent of pushing this split season playoff thing out. I don't like it. It should just be the teams in each division. They play each other in a 3-game series. Then the two winners play each other in a 3-game series. It's not that hard. Please, guys, let's work this. This split season thing is just not. It's not indicative of the teams and how good they did throughout the year. Okay, moving along. This show, I want to talk about something. Where the hell is Ezekiel Tovar? He went out on the 7-day injured reserve at the beginning of July, and heard anything since. I've tweeted at the Yard Goats trying to get an update. I did the same thing when Nick Bush went out of it. He went out of the game at 5-3 with 5 2/3. He went out. They were thinking it was a blister on his hand pitching, but I never really got an update from that. And I've been trying to get word on Ezekiel Tovar. But when you go to like Google and you put in Ezekiel Tovar, I've looked on MILB, the app. I've looked there and it says nothing in any of the transactions or anything like that. If you put in Google Ezekiel Tovar, this is what you get. As you can see, everything is like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't understand how you can't get an update about on what is the Yard Goats' best player, whether it's in transactions, whether it's at Google, wherever it is, whether the Goats tweet out something. I haven't seen anything. I really would like to find out what's going on with Ezekiel Tovar. Was he promoted? Is he still injured? What is going on there? Now, one thing I am sure of is something I wanted to bring up on this show, and I was excited to bring it up. And as yesterday hit, it got a little bit more sad, a little bit more depressing for me. One of my favorite players on the team, first baseman and outfielder, Michael Tolia, broke the Hartford Yard Goats single season home run record. It's a team record, 23 home runs so far this season. He's been all over the place. And literally a day or two after they announced this, Michael Tolia was promoted to AAA Albuquerque Isotopes. I was really bummed when I read that. I was watching the game last night. I didn't see him playing, which is normal. Once again, where's Ezekiel Tovar been? There's guys who don't play every night. You give guys rests, but he wasn't there. And then after the game, I popped on quickly to MILB, the app, and went into transactions, and there it was, that Ezekiel Tovar was promoted to AAA Albuquerque Isotopes, and I immediately kind of wanted to say because I do kind of follow the Isotopes just because that's where the Yard Goats go. But I've watched maybe 2-3 parts this year. It's not like the Goats where I watch pretty much every game. So to say goodbye to him, I did pop over and watch the beginning, the first few of the Isotopes game. Michael Toglia was at first base. He looked sharp at first. The first at bat, I believe he struck out. We're gonna do. That's not, he's a big yard home run hitter. They're gonna have strikeouts. But I did take this picture. There it is, Toglia. There he is in his Albuquerque Isotopes uniform for the first time, making his AAA debut. Once again, we will really you there. All right, now I have some highlights for you. We'll do a few highlights. I actually have two, and once again, these both came in that Portland series I told you about. That it was such a big series, but there were a lot of big plays, big things that went on. And I have two choices here for the GOAT highlight of the week. So let's get into it. Let's do the GOAT's highlight of the week. Here we go. The first one, I think this is how we're going to do it. The first one is going to be Hunter Stovall. Had his second two-run. Had his second game with 2 home runs in one game. The other one, the previous one, was a game that I attended against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies on kids' pink jersey night, because my daughter got her pink Yard Goats jersey that night, and Hunter Stovall hit 2 home runs in that game. Here we are a few weeks later, and he goes and he does it again. Here it is, the Hunter Stovall's second home run of the game.
Gomez ready. Now the 2-2 pitch is swung out. There's a high drive struck well towards left. Here's Dalton back towards the track, back towards the wall, and it's gone! Hunter Stovall has hit his second home run of the night. Goats tack one on and lead it 6-1 here in the 7th inning.
He said one of the keys to the game would be the continued power surge of the Yard Goats. I think they took us seriously. That's the 3rd homer in the game for Hartford. As you mentioned, the second by Stovall. And the Yard Goats now have 113 homers as a team this season.
Hunter Stovall going yard for the Yard Goats. 7th home run and 8th home runs this season. Wow.
And with Michael Toglia gone now and Ezekiel Tovar missing in action, guys like Hunter Stovall and Aaron Schunk and Willie McIver and all you guys are going to have to pick it up on the home runs, on the home run totals, because those two guys were knocking them out. And now they're, like I said, Ezekiel Tovar's nowhere to be found. Michael Toglia is now an isotope. So, but that runner-up, I think that the highlight of the show will be against the Portland Sea Dogs in the 10th inning. 2 men, I believe Toglia was there on base. Aaron Schunk with a 10th inning walk-off home run to win the game. Here it is, highlight of the show.
Potential tying run, Tyler Hill at second base. Potential winning run, Michael Toglia is at first. Fernandez deals. Pitch is swung out. There's a drive hit towards the gap in left center field. Rafaela back to the track. At the wall. It's gone! It's gone! Aaron Schunk has done it! A 3-run home run in the 10th inning, and the Yard Goats walk it off! Aaron Schunk goes dancing around the bases. High five from Chris Denorfia. He touches home plate, and the ice water shower at the dish. Aaron Schunk with his 9th home run of the season, and no bigger than this one here tonight as the Goats beat first place Portland. 7-5 the final score as the Goats get it done with a 4-run 10th.
I would love to be at Dunkin' Donuts Park for a walk-off home run. I have not been able to be there for a walk-off home run yet, and I think that would be amazing. I didn't see him get his goat head, as most of you know who are watching this as GOAT fans. You hit a triple or a double, they always throw up the goat horns on whatever base they get to. But if they hit a home run, they run the bases. When they get down, they get the goat mask thrown on them and everything. I didn't see that. It was a walk-off, but he got the Gatorade shower, and yeah, wow, what a moment. I would have loved to be there for that. I was going crazy when it happened. Great home run. Aaron Shunk, that's our highlight of the show. I am kind of running on short on time. I like to try to keep these around 15 minutes, but I will do my my last segment. It's called On a Side Note. On a side note, I talked about this a little earlier. Are the Yard Goats actually allergic to first? At the end of the first half of the season, they were able to pop into first place over the Somerset Patriots, but it was literally a game or two and they were back out. And then the Patriots, same thing goes with over the past, I'd say, since the last show. We pulled into first place in that Portland series. I believe in the first game, we took a half game lead and then went and lost 2 or 3 games. Then we came back, popped into first place again, and immediately it's like we don't even get a 2 or 3 days comfortable and sitting in first place. We don't get to 2.5, 3 games into first place. I believe at one point we were 1.5 or 2 games into first place on like a 3, 4, 5 game losing streak. Guys, I know you could do it. Your fans know you could do it. You've been close all year. You just need to get over the no. It's got to be demoralizing to lose great teammates and great players as they go up into Albuquerque, into AAA and whatnot. But this is how it is. You got to get up, pull the slack, and keep moving forward, because I would love to see a Yard Goats playoff game. I'd love to see an Eastern Championship. I'm going to get you guys whatever first place allergy medicine you need. Maybe I need to get you an EpiPen. My daughter is nuts. She gets EpiPens. Maybe we'll get you an EpiPen. The one where, that first place is killing me. Boom! You'll be fine. All right, guys, this was I had a great time. I'm so happy I was able to do this again. And hopefully the time between now and the next show is shorter than the now and the previous show. I went a little longer than I wanted to go, but like I told you, I was laid up for about a week, and I'm already to the point where I'm like, I want to go lay down or at least go stretch my back out. If you've ever had your back go out, you know it kind of puts pressure, especially when it's your lower back. I also told you that how to get in touch with me at Midnite Mike, MIDNITE Mike Show on Twitter, but I told you I'd have an email address for you, and I do. Go to Goat Gazette. How hard is that? Go at gmail.com. And if you have any ideas for the show, anything like that, if you want to maybe come on a show, if you're a big Goat fan, you want to come on the show, please get at goatgazette@gmail.com or on Twitter at Midnite Mike Show. Once again, MIDNITE Mike Show. I will be at the Donuts Park this coming Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, for the game against the Fisher Cats. I will be there Friday. It's Itage night. Come check me out. If you see me, come say hello. If I would love to talk Yard Goats. I'd love to talk Yard Goats. I love the team. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Goat Gazette, the officially unofficial Hartford Yard Goats YouTube channel, and I can't wait to see you next time.
God goes baseball, the fun never ends. Eat it